Hi students, welcome to video lecture series Renewable Energy Resources 18EE 653 Module 2 Solar Thermal Energy Collector. Today's topic we are going to discuss here is solar air heating system and then solar dryers. First we will see the solar air heating system, how the air is heated with the help of solar, and the application of solar aerating system is nothing but solar dryers. That means to dry the crops, to dry the grains or groceries, the solar system is used. That we are going to discuss in this video lecture. First one is solar air heating system. So here the solar heated air can be used for drying most crops which require warm air. So most of the crops is a moisture. To remove the moisture, to remove the warm, so to remove the moisture and require the warm, we are using this solar heated air concept. So solar heated air is an ideal for drying the delicate foods. It will not burn or risk potential damage from the high temperature steam heat. Solar heat is a non-polluting. It's a non-polluting. No fuel cost is required for this solar conversion process, and it is most eco-friendly and more economical. Existing commercial drying operations. What are the drying operations we are using in existing commercial drying process? In the sense, it should be converted into utilize the solar heat by installing our system to remove the heat from the building's metal roof or wall. We remove the heat from under the metal panels, add the duct and connect the duct as an intake as a dryer fan, and whenever the fan is blowing, so the air duct, the hot air will be passed into this particular slab or particular chamber or particular space. The system then removes the heated air from the underside of the panel and passes the air to dry the chamber. So there is a simple sensors are installed in the airflow and use the thermostatic control to turn off the incoming airflow when the temperature is not high enough for the solar heating. Then we can use the existing system that operates always. During the night times we can use this process for drying the thing, but during the day times we can use the solar system. Even some fossil fuels are also used in order to give the additional heat to dry the crops, to dry the groceries or grains, whatever it may. So we can use the ground mounted polymer system that is very low cost, and we can able to transfer from one place to another place, or we can fix it in the new buildings. Metal roofs and walls are integrated with the solar dryers or solar materials. The hot air rises and that air is passed into the houses, and the building or the room or the chamber becomes very hottest. Whenever during daytime the ceiling will be very warm. When it comes to night time, if you put a fan, the heat which is in the ceiling that will be come down because of this fan. So the same effect or same principle is used for hair heating process. So many cases we need only the confined area into the direct flow of airflow. If you have a sunny window, That means the window is connected near to the, which is focusing to the sun. So you can put a piece of black fabric or a wood or a plastic material against the window frame, and you can trap the air in the short period of time. There needs to be a space between the black material you choose to use and the glass window pane itself. So it is the solar thermal technology. The energy from the sun or solar insolation is captured by the absorbing medium, and it is used to heat the air. So solar air heating is a renewable energy heating technology which is used to heat or condition the air for the building or process of heat application. It is most effective and most commercial industrial applications we can use it, especially for heating the buildings. Space heating, industrial process heating, this kind of solar air heating process can be used. So solar air collectors can be commonly divided into two categories. One is glazed air collector is used, one more is unglazed air collector is used. Glazed in the sense there is a mirror in the in between the absorber and the insulating plate, which will doubles the heating temperature. The temperature will be doubled. Unglazed air collectors in the sense it is a transpired solar collector which is used only in the agriculture and other industrial applications. Next one is a solar dryer. So solar dryer utilized for various domestic purpose. They also find numerous applications in industries such as textiles, wood, fruit and food processing, paper, pharmaceuticals and agro industries. Advantages of the solar dryers in the sense they are more economical when compared to the conventional system, because conventional system requires either fossil fuels or it requires some kind of electricity. Electricity can be produced either by fossil fuel or by the some kind of generation like hydroelectric system, or it may be atomic power stations, or it may be some kind of coal generation, thermal power generations. So solar is a natural energy, it is abundant, enormous, so we can use that energy as a renewable energy resources. So the drying process is completed in the most hygienic and eco-friendly way. Solar drying system which have low operation and maintenance cost. Solar dryers are last longer because solar never will be gone. Solar is continuous, sun energy is continuous. It will not be decayed at any cost. Long lasting energy. If you take a fuel or a charcoal or water in the sense it may decay, especially charcoal, coal, oil, this may be a decay. If you are using longer times, after 50 decades or after 100 decades, which is the fuels or whichever the resources like coal which is extracted from the earth, that will not be available. But solar is abundant energy, it is non-exhaustible, it is last longer. And every, so if you install solar dryer in the sense every 15 to 20 years we need only minimum maintenance. And what are the limitations? Limitation in the sense only daytime the drying process can be done, or if we can use some additional uh, drying fossil fuels, then we can go with the even night time also, if the system is integrated with the conventional energy based system. Due to limitation of the solar energy collection, that means morning time the sun rays is very less, evening time sun rays is very less. So sunset and sunrise, during that time the rays are very, radiation is very less. But if it is in the middle or in the noon time, it is very high. So during that time the drying process is very good. The rest of the time the drying process is very slow when compared with the conventional system. And solar dryers only utilized for 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. And the solar heated air can be used to dry the crops, timber, distillers, grains, textiles, tea seeds, coffee seeds, and beans, tobacco seeds, food for dehydration or processing, sludge, manure, and compost. For that purpose, we are using this purpose. And here two diagrams are there. One is nothing but the rice solar dryer. Another one is a rock bed solar dryer. So rice solar dryer, in the sense it is rising temperature. So the chamber is with the various channel or various chamber. Okay, rack 1 is one chamber, there will be the temperature will be different, and rack 2 temperature will be different, rack 3 temperature will be different, and rack 4 temperature will be different. Based upon the temperature requirement, the crops or seeds or drains can be placed in the various racks. So it is nothing but rice solar dryers. So rice can be dried, rice crops can be dried here, paddy or rice can be dried. Second method is a rock bed solar dryer. That means here rock stones are used, limestones are used. So air will be inlet here, and there is a solar collector. The collector collects the sun radiation and converts into heat energy. That heat energy is applied to the air, and the air is passed through the stone. The stone become very heat, and the stone heat energy is convected through this chamber. So here the door will be opened like a micro oven. It's like a micro oven. Here also one secondary solar collector will be there. So the door will be opened and closed, and the thing will be kept inside. If you want to keep tea seeds or coffee seeds, whatever the seeds we can keep here. The multiple, that means adding some of this heat and this heat, primary collector and secondary collector. So the temperature is very high to dry the crops. This can be used. So here the limestone is nothing but acts as a storage. It is act as a storage, heat storage tank. Even during night time, the rock bed will be in the heated condition. So whenever the air is passing through this rock bed, so we will get the in the chamber always it is in hot condition, it is in heat condition. If we here, the solar collector is collected here, solar collector is kept here. The collector will collect the sun radiation and converts into heat. Whenever the cold air is input through this collector, the cold air become the hot air, and that will be passed through the chamber. It is like a baking system. If you see the baking system, how this oven is kept here, one for the samosa, one for the sandwich, one plate for the cake, baking systems like that. 4 racks will be there. The 4 racks will give different temperature. Similar way here also it is used only for the rice solar drying purpose. We are using this one. So it is designed that particular requirements of the rice, various types of rice is there, steam rice, raw rice, paddy. Based upon the temperature, the rice will be dried. The air is drawn through the dryer by natural convection process. It is heated, it passes through the collector, then partially it is cooled as it picks up the moisture from the rice. The rice is heated by both air and sun directly. Warm air is hold for more moisture than cold air. So the amount required depends upon the temperature which is heated in the collector as well as the amount held when it is entered into the collector. This is nothing but rock bed dryer. In this dryer, air is drawn by natural convection through the inlet and circulates the heat collected by the primary throughout the drying chamber and which is packed with the limestone rocks which is relatively to the uniform diameter. The heat would be stratified across the rock bed. Since the rock beds are very poor thermal conductors and temperature difference would slowly disappear when air is not moving through the rock bed. The solar heated air can be used for drying the most crops and no fuel cost for this solar drying process. It is non-pollution in nature and existing commercial drying operations is converted into utilize the solar heat by installing the system to remove heat from the building's metal roof as well as the wall. When heat is removed under the meter panel, we can add some duct which will connect the duct to intake the air into the room by using fan. This is a normal ceiling fan. You can keep some dryer fan. So the system is removes the heated air from the panel and passes the air into the drying chamber. There is a sensor is installed in the airflow and use the thermostatic control to turn off the incoming airflow when the temperature is not high enough for the solar heating. The existing system operates and also during standby conventional system fuel system also be used in this non-shining day or cloudy days or windy days or winter times. So solar heated air is can be used to dry the crops.